This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 903, Sir Tiffy's Lap. Enjoy.
I do like that, even though Mod Warden has gone, his vision of having lore behind all the updates is being upheld. And that's what I do appreciate. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like the positioning of where they put it, and ripping out that pond and all that, and losing those statues. But yeah, I mean that having that lore and that is upholding that vision, and that's what we need. I think the lore is very important in the game, and we need to make sure that we continue on with this and let them know that this is part of the update that we love.
Yeah. Another thing that came with this is you can actually now sit on the benches in Falador Park,
including sitting next to ? Sir Tiffy,
or sitting on top of him. You do get an achievement for sitting next to him.
Yes,
but you can sit on top of him if you're so inclined.
I think you do by default. Apparently, I was reading. I think it was on Twitter that was flagged as a bug in QA, and it was decided it wasn't worth fixing.
We're gonna go sitting on Sir Tiffy's lap. I'm doing that right now on the video version if anybody wants to see it.
It is quite funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. And there's an achievement for it as well. That's wonderful.
Turn a bug into an achievement. Yep, love it.
and there's obviously when an update like this comes out into game, there's going to be some issues along the way. You can't put the cape on the cape rack in the POH. Not yet. Any other issues that you've run into with this Pernasius?
No, it's the same with the when you upgrade your comp cape, it also cannot then be put on the cape rack. That doesn't cost you anything. That's just a matter of showing it to her and it upgrades. That's a very basic thing to do. But yeah, I don't think there was any real bugs or anything about it other than those two. As I said, just a nice little update. A couple of little things I would have liked changed, but overall, it's a much appreciated one for me.
All right, sounds good. And then this really raises that question again, and we dove into it a bit last week on this. And I feel like this is a wider topic that maybe even warrants a monthly bit. I don't know. What do you think, Tanis? Does the discussion about the 120 playstyle virtual or not warrant a further discussion?
I mean, I could always talk about going to 120. Yeah, I'd always entertain that, but I do just want to echo what Pernasius said. I do think it's important that kind of Mod Warden's legacy has stayed alive, with having each update kind of intertwined with lore. It's all a part of the world building, which just makes this game richer in the end. It doesn't have to be a quest that gives us these story elements, and I think it's really important.
Yeah, it really is with that. And I was, and once again, I went into this week thinking it's just going to be a very tiny update, but obviously we have the lore angle that can be pulled on in the future. We have the achievements, at least one of them, for sitting on the bench, and just in general, the paths that this could open up, and whether or not this brings forward that discussion about, well, is it time for true 120 alls where we just stop calling them virtual and all the skills go to 120, whether or not there's content there? Is that something that happens with that? Obviously, they can't do that for combat because that would throw things out of whack in terms of combat level, and that they're not going there presently with that. But overall, 120 all through the Master Maxscape is here, and it provides a tangible benefit for people to go towards. So you're going for it, Tanis?
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
All right, Zerdones?
No, not anytime soon.
All right. Pernasius, go ahead, and then we'll...
One thing I would like to say is on that working towards 120 is they don't need to do full reworks like they did with the mining and smithing update. They only have to work on that sort of 99 plus, or even 90 plus, or 95 plus, that sort of top end. Low end, you get through it all so quick anyway, and there's nothing really useful that's going to, long term in the game for you. But, reworks as such, I think it is long overdue. But yeah, as I said, they don't need to rework the whole skill. They can just do additions like Big Game Hunter or player-owned farms, tack them on to the end and make that the 99 to 120, or just rework sort of the 95 plus side of things.
Yeah, and that's what I was afraid of coming into this, is that we'd go down that whole path again where we need to have that full discussion about, what is a skill in terms of endgame in RuneScape, and are people comfortable with this repetitive loop of going for 120s even though there's nothing there? And then the question then, and I'm just making the final point here on this angle, is that if there's nothing there officially in terms of the skill going to 120, you get it virtually. What do you do after that? That's question one. And number two is, should said skill be taken to 120? After that, you automatically have all the unlocks on that, and for me, that would kind of feel bad for me, because I like getting those little unlock benefits as I level up. But on the other hand, I guess you could see it as a benefit in itself that you're ready to go. Should your favorite skill go to 120 at some point. You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.